Hey guys, I'm going to do another quick incubator video, kind of show you what's hatching. I know I just did one, but I had a lot of cool stuff hatch, including one really interesting animal, or two really interesting animals hatch from the same clutch. So wanted to show you guys that as well. But also a lot of just nice animals hatched out. So figured I'd just do another one, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind seeing baby leopard geckos. So anyway, here we go. So this one is going to be a rainwater or Las Vegas albino. It's the same thing, but this is going to be possible head eclipse. This is a possible white and yellow, but I don't think that particular animal hit on the white and yellow gene. Rainwaters are more difficult to tell, but I don't think that animal is. These are some really interesting animals and something I really like. Try to get this open without them flying out. They kind of want to go, but well, you can see them there. I'm going to close the lid because they're wanting to jump. These are from Montanus, crossed to a Montanus gem snow. So the female was a gem snow visually. So I think both of these are actually gem snows, but they're a little bit bigger and really cool and nice and white. Just a interesting animal for sure. I'm glad to have that project going again. So the super raptor, or possible super raptor from the last video, this is the sibling. This is just going to be a snow raptor, het Diablo Blanco, probable giant. Let's go ahead and keep moving on. Something I'm really excited about. They're not going to look that interesting yet, but Creamsicle. So give this gecko another month or so, and you'll be seeing a really cool, interesting looking gecko. These do derive from the original Creamsicle line. This is from my Creamsicle white and yellow, but I didn't hit the white and yellow on that. But definitely is a max snow, so going to be a Creamsicle for sure. Another couple geckos that I'm really happy to hatch out here. Some pure blood tangerines. These are original bloods from the original line, directly from JMG. As you can tell, real bloods and not crosses. They really just have that unique look to them. Just really nice animals. We have some really nice bloods here that we're working with. Oh, don't get out. Okay. Trying to do this with one hand, so it's kind of difficult and not pinch any tails. So, okay, moving on. This is a Solar Raptor, and this is from the original Solar Raptor line. They're basically just G projects, or Raptor G projects, but technically to be real Solar Raptors, they should be from, you know, the Matt's original line. You know, I've seen a lot of people crossing Solar Raptors and stuff lately and calling them that. I wouldn't necessarily do that myself, just because they really aren't supposed to be that line. You know, Solar is kind of a marketing term for the animal anyway, but you know, still a very interesting animal. You can just say G Project Raptor, but they're very nice. I got some of the best animals he ever released with that project. So moving on, this is from that pure snow project I got going on. So pure max snow, shouldn't have any other hets. We'll be testing that to be sure, but pretty confident that doesn't have any. These are from a really nice Typhoon male that has kind of a greenish reverse stripe on them. And I bred them to a firewater cross from Kathy Henderson that I won in an auction from her. But the females are really nice as well. She's possible head eclipse, but I looked at the eyes a little earlier and I don't think I hit eclipse on these. So probably my female isn't head eclipse. I was kind of hoping she was, because I was going to kind of use that for my Typhoon stuff. I got a lot of the pure firewaters already, so kind of wanted to get a cool Typhoon project going. But Across one of my tangerines, I was test breeding them to bell albinos just to make sure there's no bell in them. I've already tested them completely against trimper. I'm fairly positive there's no bell in there, but I'm always testing stuff out. This is still going to be a cool animal. Probably a nice tangerine that's going to be het for bell that I could use for projects, or somebody else can. Moving on, one of my more exciting things for the year here. Try to not let these guys go flying out. They are a little bit more wild, but if you notice, these don't look exactly like your normal leopard gecko, and that's because they're not. They are Eublepharis fuscus, which is the West Indian leopard gecko. In the last video I showed you Eublepharis hardwicki, which is the East Indian. So this is their West Indian counterpart. Really cool species. Definitely an awesome species to work with. I'm excited about these for the future. I have a lot of different bloodlines from the same locality, so I have a really good group going. Here's a tangerine from one of my tangerine projects I'm working with. This actually comes from the purple headline that I have. I'm not calling it a new morph. I think people for some reason think I'm calling it a new morph, or I just say it's a line because it is a line. I've selectively bred these for over 5 years, and from specific animals that showed different traits and stuff. I'm not saying it's something totally new, or I'm calling it a new morph. I even put it in quotations or put it in the description what animals it is, but definitely they come out with some really cool animals, and I kind of got the name just because a lot of them came out with a lot of purples, and they still do, but they do have a lot of intense red in them. Anyway, moving on. Here's this is a bright bell bred to a blood bell. The blood was originally from Sin City geckos, and the bright bell the line is originated with Paul Allen. And this specific bright bell male is probably the nicest one I've ever seen. He's pretty incredible for a sunglow. But these will be really nice. I just posted a few on my website that were from this cross as well. And they're turning out pretty incredible. Just a few weeks later, and they really became nice. Here's a test breeding project. Really cool animals, but I'll be selling these out as pet geckos. So I don't label any genetic info when I do that. I just sell them as pets. So let's go ahead and move on. This is a Paso raptor. I'm sorry, looking at the label and not paying attention. Paso raptor. Crossed into that purple headline tangerine stuff. This one doesn't look too great right now, but I bet it's going to be pretty nice in a few weeks. Sometimes when you get these really dark kind of looking tangerines like this, some interesting things happen, but we'll see. Should be a nice animal either way. Here's some pure turkmanicus. Always nice hatching those out. It's another species, or they're labeled as another species. It'll probably be reclassified later on, but it's another species of leopard gecko. And then also I'm going to go ahead and show you what I kind of really wanted to show off with you guys, and that is, so the bottom animals here are going to be the ones that are really crazy that hatched out, but I'm going to kind of show you some examples of animals that hatched from the same line. And I've hatched hundreds from this group, and they're not related to really anything else. It's something I'm testing out. It has a lot of wild type blood in it. Even the morph stuff that went into it was completely banded. I've never hatched anything but a banded animal from these. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the ones I've been hatching like normal. Literally hundreds of animals like this, very similar. I'll show you another one here. Get them to move around. This one's probably about as reduced pattern as they come. This one's actually pretty cool looking, but never really hatched anything that's any more, nothing jungle or striped, that's for sure, and nothing odd or out of normal. So they all pretty much come out normal. But here from the same project, and I took animals back to each other from the same groups. Again, everything's been banded up to this point. All the parents, all the grandparents, everything has been banded. And as you can see here, these animals are far from, you know, even if I was hatching these out of like random morph stuff that I'm just like mixing together, I'd be pretty excited, because that animal's pretty cool looking as it is. Just crazy pattern on this. But being that this line comes from this just completely banded animal, or this banded project, I mean, this is pretty incredible. So I'm not calling it a new morph or anything like that. Maybe, who knows what's going on here. You know, I'm sure the first people that will hatch out white and yellows and kind of that stuff never called it a new morph, or didn't know right away. In fact, I know they didn't know right away. But, you know, definitely a project I'm going to be looking into in the future. Maybe I can hatch some more out, but I really wish I could get a better close-up on this guy. Just like, pretty interesting. That neck band is just like completely, you know, just completely fades into the body. And this one a lot too. This one actually hatched out first, and I was really excited about it. And then that one hatched, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we'll see. Anyway, hopefully it ends up being something cool, and maybe something down the road. We don't know. But as you probably can see on the lid, it does have a lot of turkmanicus blood. That's actually 50% turkmanicus, which, you know, I've hatched hundreds of turkmanicus and hundreds from this project and never got a banded animal from them. So, or from a jungle or striped animal from them. So everything's been banded. So that's something new for sure going on there, at least in this line. So maybe it's something line bred, something that will go forward, but not making any claims, just showing cool animals. Anyway, thanks for watching.